I feel like this episode was one of the like less dramatic episodes we've had in kind of some time. I hate that the producers decided to split movie night into two different nights for the viewers because it's like you really could have showed us all the tea yesterday, but you decided to wait. We start off seeing Serena, and this is before she gets the video from Casa, and she's crying. She's, actively expressing that she misses Cordell. And then they actually get to see the moment that the girls received the text message with the video from Casa. I just feel so bad for Serena to just have to go through that moment again because she started crying when she looked at the footage because obviously she's remembering just how she felt in that moment. And Cordell gets to see that, which is great because he should get to see how badly he hurt her. Because it's one thing to like, even he said it, to like know that this happened and that she feels bad, but it's a different thing to watch it and see exactly like the aftermath of what his actions were. I feel like the clips were definitely better yesterday in night one of movie night. We see Serena and Miguel getting it on, and Leah, I feel like, didn't really have a response. She kind of was just, as she said, trying to keep it cool, but Miguel wasn't too worried about what she was seeing because he said that she knew everything already. I think he was more concerned about the way his face looked on camera. But I don't think they were doing much with that video of Serena and Miguel. I mean, at the end of the day, she knows that he explored, obviously, because he brought her back, and it didn't work out between them. And clearly, Leah and Miguel have a strong connection. I really like them actually together than I ever liked Leah and Rob. I think Miguel suits her better. But yeah, so I think they thought they were going to do something with that video and maybe try to get a reaction out of Leah, but I'm glad that she was just like, it is what it is. And I don't even really want to go into the whole Aaron and Kaylor thing because at this point, everyone is tired. Everyone is tired of them. They are definitely not going to win Love Island. I really wonder if Aaron actually still at this time thinks that he's going to win because it's just not going to happen. But they do show the challenge of the kissing challenge that he had with Daniela and how he was obviously doing way more outside of the challenge, and we got to see just basically what we already saw, the viewers, in Casa. But I think it's interesting because Rob, I guess, feels some type of way about what he saw. And I think he thinks differently of Daniela. And maybe he thinks, like, oh, she might be using him. She was saying some of the same things she says to me, to Aaron, and etc. But I'm like, I don't really know why Rob is feeling this way because he was literally in Casa watching it all go down. Like, he was watching them make out and do all of this stuff. So I'm super confused as to why Rob is now feeling some type of way as if he saw anything different. It might have just been just the conversations, and maybe they were similar to the conversations that he's having with her now. But I do think I feel bad for Rob because I feel like all his connections are kind of going to shit. But I don't know. It's kind of like, well, she was dating your like best friend in the villa. Like, what did you expect? The girls did talk it all out, though. I like that Leah, I think she really took the initiative to talk it out with Liv. And, they were talking about how they're both fiery people. They're very much like sisters. They fight like sisters, which if you have a sister, I think it's a lot worse when you have a real actual sister. But I'm glad that they're able to, like, they're showing us that they're still cool at the end of the day. I did like the moment between Nicole and Kendall because she's kind of like trying to give him a little bit of advice and being like, hey, like, you did not look your best out there, which I think as his not official girlfriend, she should do, right? Because you should do that for your partner. But I think Kendall has given us, I liked Kendall in the beginning because I just thought he was chill and he was funny and he was just like, like one of your besties in there. But I think there's been some behavior on his part that's just like extremely questionable. And it's like, I was rooting for you and Nicole at a point, but you guys are taking a back seat now, and now there's other people that I'm giving my vote for. So I think after movie night, everyone is having just like kind of a hard time with what was shown and all the emotions. Rob talks to Daniela about the whole situation, and then she's over there crying to Daya. She's like, oh, I regret everything I did. And it's just, I don't know. It seems it seems rough for everyone there, honestly. Everyone's like sleeping outside for whatever reason. The next day, as Kendall should, he brings the girls to breakfast. So he brings Nicole breakfast, obviously, but he also brings breakfast to Serena and Kaylor because he's basically apologizes to them for not having their back. And as he should. So Janae talks, we see a clip of Janae talking to Leah. And she's like basically insinuating that like Rob still has feelings for Leah and that it's obvious. And like, because Leah's basically like, you know, having a hard time with like everything that was shown about how she was talking shit about Rob, which all of America was pissed that they put those clips out of Leah. But at the end of the day, no one told Leah to say those things. No one put words in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, she said those things. So they're not trying to make her look like a villain for playing something that she said, you know? So I thought that was really dumb. People were so mad, but they're like, oh, Aaron is a favorite and Rob. And then I'm like, they showed Aaron dogging out Kaylor. How many times now? Like, be fucking for real, people. I don't know what Janae is seeing. I do not get the feeling that Rob still has feelings for Leah. I think that I think he cares for her, obviously, because he was like coupled up with her for like a week or so. And he cares for her as a person. But in terms of feelings, I think he lost the trust a while ago. And before he lost the trust, Andrea came around and he, you know, was really into Andrea. More into Andrea than he was into Leah, and that's why he went for Andrea. So I don't know. It seems clearly Leah wants to have a talk with him. Miguel opens up to the boys about like, I guess it seems like he saw some things at home growing up. Like, it doesn't seem like his parents had the best relationship. And so I guess seeing Leah react that way and say what she said about Rob and all that stuff triggered like emotions in him where he was like, this is something that I grew up with and it's not something I want in a partner, which I totally understand. I think in the last episode, or was it the episode before that? I don't remember. When he's talking, I think it's with Kendall, and they're like, oh, is that what you want in a wife? Or I don't know who said what. And it's just like, okay, don't do too much now. Like, I think Leah, she said it herself, she's dramatic and she's a lot of things, and I do think that she needs to be checked sometimes, because like the way that she comes for Liv, and I don't know if she's ever done it to other people, but like she gets disrespectful real quick, and I think she needs to tone that down, because if it was other people getting disrespectful the way that she does in that way, I think it would be a different story. So I think she needs to tone that down, but I don't think she means any harm. So I understand that for Miguel it might be triggering, but he kind of has to like weigh the pros and cons and not see that side of Leah as being who she is like all the time. I think she just needs to tone it down again. And I don't know how old Leah is. She has to be like, if I'm going to guess, I'm going to say like 25. Because she's definitely, I think Kaylor is 22, and I don't get like that young vibes from Leah. If anything, I'd say she's a little older, but I know she has an older sister, so I don't think so. But I don't know. I've tried finding information about like what do her parents do, because we all know Leah is rich. She's a Calabasas girly, so I couldn't find anything. So Leah musters up the courage to go and pull Rob for a talk. And, you know, I like that she really opened up and she was getting emotional, and she was basically, you know, apologized about everything she said about him. She said she still cares about him. And she said that she liked him so, so much, to the point where it was like embarrassing how much she liked him. And I think we all saw that, right? Because I think that's why people were so mad at Andrea when she snatched him away from Leah. But I think they just had a stronger connection. Like, that whole hate for Andrea was wild to me. Like, people, she would talk and people would be like, shut the fuck, you know, people were mean. Like, I don't understand anyone bullying anyone regardless of anything. Like, it's just so uncalled for, especially because she didn't do anything. But I think we all know how much Leah liked Rob, and they had a very open conversation. He accepted her apology. He talked about how he made mistakes as well. And, basically told her, like, stop beating yourself up about the whole situation. And, like, he said something about how, like, it's good that they talk so that they can both heal. But I kind of feel bad for Leah because I feel like she went in there with hopes that they might be able to like rekindle something or like, see if there was maybe a chance still there, especially after what Janae was over there telling her that the whole villa season and I don't know what. And it's just like, as her friend, Janae, and I love Janae, as her friend, don't sit here and give your friend false hope. Like, we have to start being more honest with our friends. Okay. And I'm not saying be mean to your friend. I'm just saying be real, because I just don't get the impression that Rob would want to go there again with Leah. And I think that would have happened already. Like, he's not just going to sit there and not do it. That ship has sailed. One good thing to come out about this, though, is that Serena and Cordell are back together. We see them have a talk. We see Janae being nosy, trying to see, what's going on. But I love Serena and Cordell. I have a feeling they're going to win this thing. For me, it's going to be Serena and Cordell. It might just be Leah and Miguel, just because the public loves Leah so much that I can definitely see them voting for her. But I think if anyone deserves to win this, it is Serena and Cordell. Janae also has a strong chance, I think. I think those are really our only contenders, because ain't no one besides like Aaron's family and Kayla's family is going to vote for them. Because I think we're all so tired, and that is a very toxic relationship, and they live in 2 different countries. I don't even know where Kayla lives, but she lives somewhere in the US, so it's just not gonna work. I don't think most of those couples are gonna work outside of the villa, honestly. But I'm glad that Serena and Cordell made it official, and everyone was so happy for them, as they should be. And Serena's just, I feel like Serena, I need to see what sign is she. I would love to know what sign she is. I'm going to have to Google that. But she's so, like, she's like, I'm a tough girly, but I'm soft on the inside. And she really is, though. Like, she's super strong, and she has so much self-worth that it's really, like, admirable. And I definitely think she's someone that people should look up to. Now, Miguel, I still low-key think Miguel is a player. Like, I've said it the whole time, especially when he came in. But seeing him with Leah, the conversations that they have, it does feel like maybe he's not. Unless he's like, I don't know, tricking me. But I think he communicates well and knows how to express himself. Like, he opens up to her about how he's feeling. Thankfully, he like is mature enough to be able to have that conversation with her, and basically tells her like how seeing how she got, it kind of threw him off, reminded him of things from his past. But like, he's like, he basically says, if we were on the outside, like, I would have seen that and been like I'm good. But because I know who you are, and like, you are a person that's like willing to grow from your mistakes, like, I don't think you should be judged for what you were saying in that video, but rather like the person that you are. And I don't know, he's very sweet. Like, I did not expect him to be this way at all, and I didn't see that side of him until he coupled up with Leah. So I think they're a very good match. I think they should stay together, and hopefully they do. But as we know, right now there's no competition, but we are going to get a new Islander. Well, we get one at the end of the show, but a new girl's going to be coming in. Who knows when, but soon. So, all right. And at the recoupling, everyone basically recoupled with the person that we hoped they would recouple with. Something that did stick out to me was Kenny's speech, because he was just so cute about it. And Kenny's another person that I'm like, he seems really sweet. Like, the things he says, the conversations he has with Janae, he just seems like a really sweet guy. And I hope he's not like lying or putting up an act or anything like that. he called her mature. He called her ambitious. He said so many beautiful things. He said that he's honored to have her next to him. Like, it was insane that even Ariana was like, I didn't know you were a poet. And he said, I was just speaking from the heart. I mean, I think everyone was in awe. Like, everyone standing and sitting there was in awe of his speech. That even Cordell, who was up next, was like, damn, I'm going to have to follow that. But Cordell couples up with Serena as he should. Kayla and Aaron, obviously. Rob was last. And I thought for a sec, Rob is just going to pick Liv because he was already like, I'm iffy about Daniela and all of that. But he ends up picking Daniela. And it was sad to see Liv go. But it was also like nice to see how like mature and like happy she was about it. Like, she didn't really cry until I think at the end when she was speaking with Kayla. And I think she knows like her time has come to an end because unfortunately she has tried it and it's just hasn't worked out for her. And, I like Liv. I didn't like her at the beginning. Well, it's not that I didn't like her. It's like literally that I was like, we don't see that much of her and she seems kind of boring. But I'm glad she stuck it out because she has shown to be like a girl's girl. And I just love her relationships with all the girls there because even though we do see them fighting and then, we might think like, oh, maybe they aren't that cool or maybe this and that. Like she said, they're all like sisters at this point. So again, if you have a sister, you know how that relationship can be. Ariana also was so sweet about it. Honestly, Ariana has been such a good host. There is like, she has to come back for way more seasons, I hope. But she says watching their friendships grow has been like the highlight of her time there. And I find that so sweet because if you watch Vanderpump Rules, I don't know, first of all, what's going on with this hate train with Ariana. If you're into Vanderpump Rules, like Lala and Sheena have been really weird about it. But Katie will be on the episode on Saturday, apparently. What is it called? Sun something? I'm blanking on the name. But apparently Katie's going to be there. So love that she even put Katie on. I know that Lala and Sheena are pissed. But Ariana seems to be a good friend, right? And I love how like she took something so negative and literally she is just the opportunities to have come her way from that terrible, terrible breakup is insane. And I just got to give it up for Ariana because I love her. And people hate on her. I feel like she went from being so loved after what happened, right? I'm not even going to say it. Y'all know what I mean. With that whole situation last season that people were writing so hard for her. And then they started to see like all the opportunities that she was getting. And they were like hating on her. And they hated it. And they were like, started turning on her almost. Which is just insane to me because it's just like everything she went through. And you're mad because she's getting opportunities. But anyways, that was a little mini rant. We see Harrison come on. Ariana leaves and then comes back, which everyone is like, why are you coming back? What's going on? Harrison gets introduced. Harrison is cute. Now that's a man with his really, really blue eyes. I love the long hair. I love the beard. We love a man with a beard and long hair. And I don't know. It's kind of annoying because why are they doing all of this? Like, I really don't see anyone turning their head at this point, if not Kane and Sierra, because they're like the newest couple. I really don't think, I'm trying to think of all the couples. I really don't think anyone else is going to turn their head. We still have Cassie to come. First of all, Harrison comes in and then Ariana says something about how he's going to break some news within 24 hours that's going to change everything. Like, don't get too comfortable. What does that even mean? I have no clue what that means. And I bet you it's not even going to be a big ass deal. We'll see tomorrow what it means, right? What are we on Thursday? Yeah. We'll see tomorrow what it means. But it's really, I don't think anything's going to come out of that. I think they were just trying to scare us. But Cassie still has to come on. Mind you, I'm hearing we got like maybe 2 weeks left of Love Island or so. It's just, I don't understand why they're bringing in people like this late in the game. Cassie might have a connection with Rob, I think maybe because they had one last season. If you watched last season, I actually went back and like rewatched the Casa episodes. If you know, you know. And I totally forgot Rob was on there. And when I saw him, I was like, oh, it's not giving what it's supposed to give, because I didn't even remember him. Like, I watched this season and I was like, he's kind of cute. You know, everyone was kind of feeling Rob. And I didn't even realize that I watched last season and he was in there in Casa. So it was definitely like a different Rob. But he had a somewhat connection with Cassie. So I'm like, maybe he could have a connection with Cassie, but maybe there's a reason that didn't go anywhere either last season. So I guess we'll see. Anyways, maybe Cassie will come on tomorrow, I'm assuming, because at this point, what are you going to do? Save her till next week? I don't think so. And I really like Cassie, so she deserves better. Her and Harrison deserve better. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this recap. I hope y'all enjoy my little 2 cents. And yeah, I'm going to try to keep this going. Bye.